Hi again, folks. So today's video kind of took a bit longer to record than I was hoping for. My little camcorder here died a handful of times on me. Uh, that being said, everything ended up managing itself. So why don't we just jump on into it and see what we made? All right. Yeah. So here's the table that I'm working on, and there's some foam sheet, some scissors, some tape that decided it wanted to veer off the frame, and the markers. I don't know. I felt like that was needed just to give some clapping. I don't know why it felt important, but yeah. So I'm taking some of that foam craft sheet, I guess is the best way I can put it, and I'm making something that's roughly the size of my table. I was originally going to see about making like a game map or something like that, but as you'll see a little bit later, it kind of transitioned to something a little bit different. All this work that I'm putting in at the beginning, this is still making the final cut for everything, but for the final project, it ultimately looks quite a bit different than what I was originally planning. But as of right here, I was trying to make some kind of a decorative, like middle inlay type of thing. You know me, lightning bolt. I did skip a little bit of the process here by not showing that border being made, but that was because that was one of the times that my camera died. So bear with me on that one. But what I was doing with that marker is I don't actually believe I have a tape measure right now. So I was kind of basing my middle off of marker length. And funny enough, that table is exactly 4 king-size Sharpies long. So it panned out pretty nice that I was able to have that kind of metric. Because I did still want to stick with that whole playmat kind of aesthetic. So that's why I'm going through and I'm finding that dividing line across there. As you can see, I'm just kind of using a metric shit ton, honestly, of electrical tape to get all these foam pieces in place. And right here I'm showing that, hey, plans are going to be changing. So in the next clip here, you will see that I have moved to the floor and my camera had died again. So I had to get all this stuff figured out, and I got those red sheets tacked together first. Now I'm going through and kind of just repeating the process with the blue sheets. Nothing super duper special. I'm just kind of binding all those seams with the electrical tape. Down here in the middle, I did it in kind of a reversed way than what I had originally done. By trying to go across the seam first without tacking the sides together. But again, ultimately, it didn't matter too terribly much. Just like here, you see me doing that X right across the middle. It's less because it's necessary, more because I just was trying to get some more structure in that middle where the 4 sheets connect each to one another. Then, and bad video for senior me, I am going through and I'm cutting strips of tape and I'm putting it on the back of our previously created inlay pattern thing. And as you can see here, this is me just kind of sticking it down, trying to get everything as lined up as possible, because I probably should have laid this flat where I wanted it and then did my taping. But then you see here, this is me deciding, oh, I want to make this foam kind of border outline. Now, if you haven't noticed, I'm a little impatient on some of these things. So, I'm sorry to any people with severe OCD or just like really, really retentive personality traits, I guess would be the best word. This isn't any kind of flush across the board. I realized that as I was finalizing everything, it's not. It's pretty close, and you'll see in the final product uh, how I got where I got. But especially if you're just watching during this crafting time right here, it's so apparent that these things aren't completely straight. Now, if this were a different kind of project where it was reliant on everything being flush, I would. But I was already getting a little impatient trying to be meticulous in getting all the foam butted up together to try to minimize the amount of cracks between everything. So this is kind of just how it's going. But from here, we are getting close to wrapped up on our border lines. Why, you will probably see me jumping back and forth here in a second to go and get the camera to start cutting. Now, again, this is, I believe, like the third time that my camera ended up dying is shortly after this, so I end up missing the finalizing steps, but for the most part, you get what I'm doing right here. I'm cutting out around the border as straight as I possibly can. I do end up trimming off some of the excess where it can be to get some more straight lines on that outer edge. But as it stood, that was about as best as I could do it before going through and making a border with electrical tape. And that's it all final, guys. So, tell me what you thought down below. Subscribe if you'd like to. And leave a comment if you'd like to. Otherwise, we'll see y'all next week.